This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social. I'm delighted to be joined by Johnny Nelson. Talk to me first about the media fight night you hosted. Was it last week you did that? Tell me about that. What's it for charity? What is it for, basically?
Basically, the media were fighting each other. So the guys that write about the fighters, that critique them or make them into heroes, those guys, they went there and it was basically raising money for a charity. And I think I do it every year, and they do such an amazing cause. The money they raise there, John Maloney. He and his wife Abby, they're such a team, and I think the media fight night, the money they raise for their charity is out of this world. I think they do a brilliant job.
How much did you raise altogether? Do you know the accurate figure?
I don't know. I think it was just under 200,000. Don't quote me on it, but you know what? They put a lot of work in it. Abby's like top draw. She puts the last time she did it, not before this one, she was pregnant. She was doing while she was pregnant. I thought, you are a grafter. But they're a great team.
Probably an honour for you as well to host an event like that as well.
Oh, always is. And you know, you get local boys. Tony Bellew was there. David Hay was there. And they all pop up left, right and centre. So it was nice.
Love this card, huge card, and the amount of good domestic fights on there, fights that a lot of fighters didn't have to take. It's a huge night.
Of course, Dalton Smith, Sheffield boy, chief support, first defence of his British title. This kid's a talented young man that's doing it the traditional way, picking up the British, hopefully he'll pick up the Commonwealth, then the European. Fighters don't do that anymore, they just don't do it. And that way, it gives you self-confidence and the respect outside of your land by other fighters, but he's a brilliant young fighter, and you can see so much growth potential there. His dad working with him, his dad's keeping his feet on the ground, make sure he gets the job done. He's from Sheffield, City of Steel, the heroes that have been created from Sheffield. So of course I'm looking forward to that. I am also looking forward to the chief support, of course. Decare, she former IBF champion twice over. Naturally bigger than Tasha. Tasha knows it's going to be a tough night's work. The only loss on Decare's record is Shields. And looking at it on paper, you think, oh, she got done. Look at the fight on YouTube. That was a tough fight. She gave Shields a good run for her money. So, once again, you got to think to yourself, you know what, is Natasha in with for a tough night's work? She's in with a naturally bigger, taller, heavier opponent.
You mentioned that, but let's go quick back a bit. Brad Ray, English title fight. Again, you mentioned no one does the conventional route. He could have gone for a WBC ranking or fighting for an Intercontinental, something like that, but it's a British title eliminator and it's an English title fight. I mean, again, you talk about going through your journey and your route as a boxer. I think that's probably a good step.
I remember meeting Brad Race, I think it was his sister, on holiday a few years before he turned pro, and she was raving about her brother. I was just wanting to have a holiday, man, and she's going on about, you watch out for him, you'll be watching him, and all of a sudden this young man's there reminded him. And but I like this, the fact that the public need to know fighters have got to start somewhere. Dreams start somewhere. So you're looking for an area title. Then you look, and then you spread the area, and then you go for the British title. Great weight and great fight as well, because these fighters at this level are hungry. They're hunters. They want to get further and be better, so they want to make an impression. They want these fights to look easy, but they also want to prove what kind of fighter they are.
You know, Decare, a huge amateur as well, not just professional. I mean, national champions and decorated amateur she is. So this is a tough fight. Everyone's talking about the Clarissa Shields and perhaps Katie Taylor later on down the line, but this is a big, big fight.
It is, but just remember, and to me, we're in the professional game. The amateur game only prepares you for the heat. It doesn't make you a better fighter. It might sharpen your tools. I had 13 amateur fights. I won 3. So it means the amateur game means shit. It's a great springboard for turning pro, but in reality, now you've got to check that out. So professional fighters are not to be intimidated by fighters that have had an illustrious amateur career. There's only a handful of fighters that have been brilliant amateurs become brilliant professionals. The rest of them, they fall by the wayside because the pro game doesn't suit them. So to me, I'm not intimidated and I'm not impressed by an outstanding amateur career in the professional ranks, because two different games.
Yeah, but I'd argue that, you fight abroad, that's where you learn your craft, essentially, fighting Cubans and all those big fights out there. So, I'd argue, in some sense, it gives you exposure.
Right, it broadens your horizons, it opens your eyes to things. I did it as a sparring partner, with the best in the world. And so I understand that. But once the bell goes, again, don't muddy the waters. Once the bell goes, two fighters have got to get in there in a completely different setup as professional fighters.
Have Sky Sports grown confidence, putting another female women's fight at the top of the bill, obviously from Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall? Surely. Why
wouldn't you? 2 million people viewed Shields and Marshall. 2 million. You can't blow that. I don't know what I've heard what the Katie Taylor fight was. The Katie Taylor is a goddess. So Sky Sports have said, you know what? We're on to good now. We're showing support. We're going to stick with support. Now again, this is going to be a good fight, and it will be a good fight where we'll say over and over again. The platform's there, the fights are there. So it's down to the viewers whether or not they want to watch it or not. But to me, it's a good fight.
One of the main talking points from that event was the 3-minute rounds. I spoke to Joe, spoke to Natasha. Maybe let's try 12-2s first, and also I spoke to Natasha as well. If you're going to, make women's boxing or her fight 3 minutes for 12 rounds. We want more money. That's essentially what we want. You're making us do more work, Johnny. I
get that, but I actually think they should do 3-minute rounds. That's my personal opinion. I think 2-minute rounds, it could change the result of so many fights that have already taken place. You look at how Katie Taylor fights. She's a 3-minute round fight. You look at
Chantel Cameron as well.
Yeah. Savannah. You look at Clarissa. That was entertaining, and you never know. That 3 minutes could make a massive difference down the stretch with these fighters. So to me, I'd love to see that. To me, I'm a massive supporter of it.
Man that's about to enter this very building. I was fortunate enough to go to the open workout. The Hitman's back. Just give me your thoughts on that, Johnny, when you found out.
You know what? I've just seen Ricky walk in with his crew. Looks in great shape. He's got down from 16 stone to like 11 stone. I thought, you know what, Ricky? And he said now it's a lifestyle. It's not just about getting down for this weight and blowing back up again. So he's found something that's giving him mental, emotional, physical drive, strength and ambition at the age he's at. And so I like that. It's a chance for the fans to get a little nostalgic and see something they once saw. So good on him.
Yeah, you're doing well, Sky Sports, but you keep yourself in good nick, Johnny. Has this ever tempted you to come back and maybe do an exhibition or something like that?
No.
Simple as that, no. Why is that, Johnny?
You know what? You're never going to recreate yourself in that when you were at the highest of your sport. I get that. And this is a little ego scratch. So you're doing it, you think, I want to do this, and you're getting paid for it. I get that. That's the thing that drags him out. I love training. I love the camaraderie in the gym. I don't love getting hit in the face anymore. That's common sense. I'm human. But it's addictable. It's addictable. You could talk me into it. I'm talking
about right now.
But it's addictable, and that's what boxing is.
Away from the fight against Pereira, I was fortunate enough again to go to the press conference with Mayweather Deji. Again, I don't know your opinion on that fight. I don't really agree with that one myself, but he mentioned Ricky in the press conference, mentioned the UK next year. Again, is that a fight you want to see?
Deji and Mayweather?
No, Ricky and Mayweather 2023.
Yeah, because it gets the attention of people. You've got two ex-foes. I've seen Floyd with the opposition that he's been up against, and he's shown, look, I'm the best in the world, like it or not. And it's an intriguing matchup. It depends on how serious it is and what it would be. I think Floyd, would it be tip-tapping? I don't know. But you know what? It still grabs the public's attention.
What are your recollections? What are your memories? I mean, Sky Sports did that documentary, and Adam Swift obviously did all the presenting and the punditry, etc. What are your memories of that big UK and US tour?
Great. It was great. Floyd Mayweather was happy to upset the Brits, coming over here in a Man U t-shirt and trying to upset everybody. And he played the game, played it well. And Ricky did his job. He went out there, he was serious. You know what? you know what, he did everybody proud, but he just went in with the best fighter in the world.
WBC have ordered Ruiz Wilder. A huge fight. I'm a massive fan of that one. What are your thoughts?
Wicked fight. I'd side to Wilder because of the size and that punch power. I don't think he's a better boxer of the two. I think Ruiz is the better boxer of the two, but I'd side to Wilder. I think Wilder's the one that I'd have to think, you know, he could knock a man out from 6 inches. So I'd have to side with Wilder. Good fight.
AJ not fighting until next year. Again, just get your thoughts on that one. There were conversations going ahead. I think that's probably a good decision.
Happy he isn't fighting until next year because he needs time to regroup mentally, to put ego in check, to get some old heads around him. I'm here. Roy Jones is they're talking about him and Roy Jones teaming up. Old head, brains, wisdom, class. If that don't work, I don't know what will. He needs to be in an environment that he's uncomfortable with, but he learns from. And so I like what I see.
WBC, well, Conor Benn's not now in the WBC rankings. Is the pressure now ever growing for him to come out and say something to clear his name, or what's the situation?
Well, the facts are the facts. The facts are he failed the drug test. The facts are he's given in his British boxing world licence, so therefore what can be done? That's it, unless he says something else. All we can do is speculate. It is a shame, but that's just how it is.